For your actual comedian, next comedian. So, are you ready? Woo! Yeah, give us some of that crap action. That sounded wrong. Anyway, give us some technique. And welcome to the stage, your first act in the second half, Mr. Socrates!
Thanks so much. Keep it going there for Sharon. Here we go. I like to do something to do while I'm doing this. Thank you. Hey everybody, my name is Socrates. I am an American. Woo! Hey, fine. Hopefully sometimes. Been to the show before. Appreciate that. I knew eventually I'd get one. Not even the other Americans do it anymore. We try. If anybody's into marketing, Lady Liberty could use a little marketing adventure. My name is Socrates. Like I said, I've been living here for about 13 years, and as an American, as you can imagine, my Dutch is fantastic. Ik spreek heel goed Nederlands. But so if you get the chance to learn something, you want to take that opportunity. And I was recently given the chance to learn a Dutch word that I'll never forget, and that word is aangereden. And if you don't know, I don't think you do, it means to get slammed into. Yeah, I had to ask. I said, "What's that in Dutch?" They said, "It's aangereden." So used in a sentence, it was, ik ben aangereden door een scooterklotser, which means I got ran into by an asshole on a scooter. Yeah. Basically, what happened was the scooter was busy looking at the car, who was also driving on the bike path. And when I asked the guy in the car why he drove on the bike path, he said he was following his GPS. I didn't think it was a great answer either, personally. But basically, this was back in March, and you could say, well, seems like a long time. I thought so, because I'm still using this mainly on stage because it still hurts a lot. It doesn't really work, and I asked the doctor, what he thought, and they told me that it comes good. And I didn't agree. I mean, first of all, it comes good isn't a sentence. It's not even a good sentence. And medically, it's bad medical advice. So I complained and I said, what do you think? And he said, Helas pindakaas. Which again is not useful, even if you know what it means, because it means, oh well, peanut butter. Again, bad medical advice. So basically for 5 months they told me I have to exercise it so it doesn't lock up, because we wouldn't want that, would we? It only goes about that far that way, and they have me trying to stretch it this way, so ow. Yeah, that's why I don't do this. Anyway, so I do this at home to try to keep it stretching, and my neighbors have been giving me a bad attitude, and I realized that they think I'm a Nazi. So I explained to them what's going on, and now they just think I'm practicing to be a Nazi. It's not really good, and even worse, when I wave, I can only wave like this. Yeah. Living here in the Netherlands, the Dutch, they're not Germans. They don't like to be considered Germans. And I don't know if you know, the big difference between the Dutch and the Germans is that the Dutch are absolutely not German. But other than that, the differences are kind of minor. Like there's a thing called German efficiency. Modern German efficiency is better than, historical German efficiency, but nonetheless, the Germans are efficient people. Had I gotten injured in Germany, they would have said, they would have fixed it. They said, get back to work, schnell! That's German efficiency. Here I got Dutch efficiency, which is different. The Dutch, they went with doing nothing. They called it conservative treatment, which is a nice way of saying the Dutch are cheap. But you gotta give them credit, it was financially efficient. Well, it's been 5 months and I was complaining, and it comes good later, they agreed that maybe they could do some sort of medical procedure. So I'm finally going to have surgery in a couple of weeks, hopefully, but I have to wait for my doctor because his wife is having a baby, the 4th child, so it's pretty big mystery. And of course he gets 2 weeks of vacation because this is the Netherlands, so he'll be out partying in Madrid. I'm not sure. But in 2 weeks he'll come back, he'll be tired, grumpy, hungover, rusty as hell, stabbing away. Wrong shoulder doc, They actually have a word for this in Dutch too. It's If you've ever gone out with a Dutch person, I think you might have. Yeah, it happens a lot in the Netherlands. You hear this word, you just kind of pops up. You don't know what it means at first. It's a hard word to interpret. There's worse times to hear that word. Basically, the worst time to hear it is probably after sex. That's pretty good, huh? It's still better than hearing it before sex. Just saying. So I'm finding out that life itself is sort of an arc, and on stage I've got to do the arc of the arm, and I can do that much arc still. Basically, as you get older, you realize that life changes as you go through your various phases. It starts off young, and you're learning more, getting stronger, faster, bigger. At first you have no idea how to have sex. I did. But as you get older, though, you get bigger and stronger, like I say, and eventually you hit the top of that arc, and that's around 50, in my opinion. And I'm 56. Yeah. And I'm sliding down the far side of the arc now. I'm pretty sure the peak was back up there. Like the life changes, as I say. Basically, when I was young, I felt strong and etc., healthy. Like, to me, my personal emoji was a rhinoceros, A little bit thick, but strong, Horn, strong, and powerful. Poke a hole through a tree. Now, I feel a little bit more like an elephant. Fatter, slower. My trunk kind of dangles. Yeah. I mean, it's like, when I was young, I used to think of him as, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Willie Johnson. I thought that was his first name, and it used to be, and then the arc of life passed, and now I realize that his name isn't necessarily Willie. It could easily be a question. Willie? Or won't he? So, So the Dutch have these great words that they use for things because it's a strange language. Where are you from?
Me?
Yeah, you're...
Saudi.
Saudi. That's because you look exotic, sexual. What's a Saudi word for beautiful? My little favorite thing, my little sugar pie, my little cinnamon bun. Because it's in American, these words that make you fat and kill you. Because if you love something, you should kill it. Do you have a word for my little favorite thing?
Yeah, you could say halwa.
Halwa. It's not a bad word,
Yeah.
Because the Dutch word is schatje. Now I'm told I kind of hit that hard and schatje. I don't think it helps, I don't find schatje to be sort of a sweet, nice word, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't see how you can put schatje to bed, No. Good night, my little schatje. It's like a never-ending process, Actually, I have my favorite Dutch words. I like the word outje, which is a little onion. But outje is a nice little word. How is it my outje? I think it's a sweeter word. Don't you think so? No? Dutch people don't like it, but I think outje is a much better word than schatje. That's my own personal choices. But so, like I said, I am an American, and we're trying to make up for our existence. Not doing a good job of it. I noticed that the whole world of politics has gone crazy. Everybody thinks that politicians aren't doing a good job. I don't know why. But as a Greek, I think people don't understand that some of these words have deeper meanings, like politics. It's, of course, a Greek word. It comes from poly, which means many, and ticks, which is a blood-sucking parasite that spreads diseases. It's politics. In the old days, he used to spread disease. It kind of came back recently, but you know. And the other thing, of course, is democracy itself, which some people are giving a bad name to, unfortunately. But democracy, again, is a Greek word. It comes from demo, to try out, and krisi, which is Greek for wine. Because what the people wanted, they just wanted to have some wine at a party, you know? That's why they call political parties parties, you know? Because nobody parties like the Green Party parties. Anyway, my name is Socrates. Get out there and vote. Thanks so very much, and see you guys again soon.